The NFL Draft is set for this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and one guy sure to hear his name called this year, Joe Tippmann to my left, the Bishop Dwenger grad and former Wisconsin Badger. And Joe, man, you scroll through all the mock drafts and all that stuff online. You see yourself projected most places as a second or third rounder. When you go through that and see your name, how do you process that? What do you think when you see your name being posted up there in those mock drafts?
I mean, it's definitely a weird feeling, but at the same time, it's kind of what I've kind of culminated my whole life for, and it's been my dream since I was a kid. Especially growing up in Indiana, getting to see the combine down in Indianapolis, and then finally actually being on the field for that and being able to participate. I mean, it was like a dream come true. It was a great experience.
So what have the last couple of weeks been like for you? It sounds like you've been really busy, kind of going in and out, living out of a suitcase the last few weeks.
Yeah, so I've been on the road, traveling around all the different, I guess, a couple different teams. I went to 7 different teams, and that was wild, I guess, kind of being on the road and everything. But it was an awesome experience, getting to kind of be able to immerse myself in the different cultures and kind of see how, I guess, the different teams, I guess, do what they do, and that was an awesome experience and something, once in a lifetime.
We knew you at Bishop Dwenger as a tackle. You went to Wisconsin as a tackle, but they moved you to center a couple years ago, and some people have you rated as the best center in this NFL draft. So what went into that move, and how have you made that transition so smoothly over the last couple years up at Wisconsin, which is known as that's an offensive line factory up there, my man.
Yeah, that was definitely part of the reason why I went there. Their tradition of great offensive linemen, and it was Coach Chris and Coach Rudolph sat me down after my second year at Wisconsin, and they said, hey, we want you to take the starting center spot. So, I just put my head down and worked, and, I guess one thing that Coach Rudolph from Wisconsin always said was availability is the best ability. Mm-hmm. So just making myself available, and, I guess after them seeing me, putting me in a guard, tackle, and seeing me, they knew they wanted me on the field. So when I made myself available, it was a sure thing for me to get on the field.
When you went from Bishop Dwenger to Wisconsin, was there a sense of intimidation just because, this is Wisconsin offensive line, this is Big Ten football. What was that first impression when you landed in Madison?
It was a good one, and Coach Rudolph kind of got me ready in advance. He told me, you're going to be on the scout team. It's a rite of passage for Wisconsin offensive line. So, I went and got on the scout team, and, I put in my year's work, and, that really helped to kind of elevate my game, make me a better player, and in the end, it was what was right for me.
The last guy to get drafted from Bishop Dwenger was Tyler Eifert. All he did was make a Pro Bowl, and become one of the best tight ends in football. So the bar is there. Having a guy like that ahead of you, though, to see that it is possible for a guy from Fort Wayne, for a guy from Bishop Dwenger to make the NFL and to succeed, how important is that, knowing that you can go along that path and you can be from here and make it in the NFL?
Yeah, kind of just going back in history, especially with Dwenger, just being able to, I guess, him to be able to kind of write that path for me, and then me be able to follow down that path. It's an awesome experience, and I'm ready just to get to work.
When did the NFL become like a palpable dream, like a tangible dream? When did you think, it's not just pie in the sky, this could happen?
Yeah, so I'd say freshman year of high school, that's kind of when I set that goal. And I set that high goal to eventually make it to the NFL, but then I have to live in the short-term goals. Mm-hmm. So, it didn't become a reality until actually, I guess, I committed to Wisconsin, because as soon as I got that, I know that I'm on the right track, mm-hmm. and that I just need to keep chipping away and living in the short-term goals, and eventually I would be able to get there.
You win the 4A state, or you win the state championship at Bishop Dwenger, blocking for T.J. Tippmann, that touchdown down at Lucas Oil Stadium. When you get a chance to remember your time at Bishop Dwenger, now that you've got so much football ahead of you and also college football in your rear view, what do you most remember about playing on the Friday nights in Fort Wayne and the opportunity that you had with Bishop Dwenger?
Yeah, I'd say the tradition of Bishop Dwenger football. It's kind of a school that's rooted in their traditions, and that's something that you still see in college, you see in the NFL, and I guess that's just kind of what really means a lot to me.
Out of all the teams that you've had a chance to talk to, do you get a feeling or a sense of where you might be picked in the draft or who might be targeting you?
Yeah, but at the same time, it could be anyone. So, just kind of hopeful for the best, and, I hope that I go as early as I can.
For you, when you hear your name called, What do you think that moment is going to be like for you and for your family?
I mean, for me personally, it's going to be a rush of emotion, and then I think it's going to be kind of like it's the culmination of what I guess my whole family has put into. Because it's not just me. It's been it's been the work that my parents have put in. It's been the work that all my brothers and sisters. When I was at Wisconsin, I don't think there was a single game, even when I wasn't starting, that I didn't have at least one family member in attendance. So it's the work that not only I've put in, but the entire family has for me.
For you, if you could give yourself, the Bishop Dwenger freshman, some advice from Joe Tippmann right now, what advice would you give to a younger version of yourself?
I'd say setting goals. That's something that I did and then kind of had to figure out how to do, but it's about setting that long-term goal, and then you have to live in the short term after that. It's the I guess the workouts every single day. You set a small goal. Hey, I want to have the best workout I can today, and then you live in those short-term goals, and then you'll eventually find yourself getting to that long-term goal.
For the team that does pick you, what are they getting in Joe Tippmann?
They're going to get a guy that's, I guess, physical, confident, and calm dude. And that's kind of how I like to play. That's that calm confidence walking up to the line, and that's what you're going to get. And after that, that's where the physicality is going to come in.
Final question, what is it like to know that your hard work paid off? I mean, this week is kind of the culmination of everything leading up to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great feeling, but everything's still in front of me. And, there's more goals that I'm going to have to set and, I guess, go after and attack and achieve each day.
All right. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate you.
He is future offensive lineman Joe Tippmann. I'm Glenn Marini, and we'll be back right after this.